Would you like to count us down, Alex?
The what?
For the
Would you like to count
warm-up.
us down?
Oh, count us down. I was like, contrast down. What? Sure. We'll give it a 3. Is that good?
Yes, we love a 3.
Cool. All right. 3.
And then
Ooh.
followed by 2.
You got your hands up. I got all scared. 3,
Yes.
2, 1, go.
Brr, brr,
You
have
said
to
you
do
listened
it.
to the other episodes.
Yeah, but I started like a minute in. What is this?
This is the warm-up.
The warm-up.
Oh, gosh.
From High School
Okay.
Musical.
Oh,
You watched
Zach
it?
Efron's
Yeah,
going to make a
remember?
reboot. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
We discussed
We
that
did
on
hear
another podcast.
Oh, no. I didn't listen to that one. Oh. I'm a fake fan.
You ready? Okay. Brr, brr. Ma, ma.
Okay. I forgot how that went. It's been a while since I've watched High School Musical.
Do you feel warmed up?
I do feel warmed up now. Yes. Oh,
Good.
I
yeah.
feel very
Well,
warm
now
Ready to
we
go.
as well.
We can go.
All right. Hello and welcome to Outside the Search Bar, the podcast where we try to answer questions without using Google. I'm Jacob Schubach, and I'll turn it over to my sister / co-host.
Hi, everybody. I'm Emily. So each week, Jacob and I are going to come prepared with questions that we do not know the answers to. We each have a notes app in our phone that's filling up with a ton of questions that we don't know, which is honestly a testament to how ill-qualified we are to host this podcast.
We love being ill-qualified to do things. Of course, we would be remiss to not take listener questions. So if you have a tough question that you'd like us to answer on the podcast, send us an email to searchbarpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on social at searchbarpodcast. We've also been getting lots of listener letters, which is
We
very
have.
exciting.
Woohoo! Thank
Y'all
you.
got some good questions.
Now that
Thank
that's
you.
over, I'm going to introduce our 8th guest ever, my friend Alexander Edward Trijankowski, who also goes by Alex.
Yeah, really
Welcome.
caught me off with the full name there. Yeah.
Yes. Welcome. How did you get here?
You really are digging the bottom of the barrel for guests, I think. Yeah. Just out of the blue, you reached out. So I'm glad to be here, but it took 8 episodes. So I don't know what's up with that.
Well, because you didn't even listen to the other episodes.
Well, I mean, yeah, that'll be the rest of the afternoon. I'll go back and I'll binge them all. Doesn't help now, but
Perfect. We can see the analytics on the back end, so we'll make sure that you get that done.
okay, cool. Yeah.
We'll be tracking you.
This doesn't get released until I binge the first 7 episodes.
Yes.
Mhm. Exactly. So, one thing we ask all of our guests is what's something interesting that you searched for this week?
Ooh, okay. Well, by default, I immediately searched for Google search history when I was looking through the list of stuff to talk about. So that's on there.
That makes sense.
But I do live in Wisconsin, which is like pretty known for having badger as their state animal. And I didn't know what the state bird was. So I looked it up, and it is the American robin, I think was what it was, which was great. But the scientific name is just turd.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, which is like it's
Like TERD or TURD?
a TURD, like turdus,
Like turd.
something else, but like there's turd in there. And so now I know what the bird looks like. So instead of like being like, yes, that is the state bird, I'm just going to immediately think turd bird from now on,
Turd.
which isn't great.
Oh.
Yeah.
It
So
does have a
now
nice
you're-
run to it.
Yeah. Now you're cursed with that knowledge too. Not that you know what an American, whatever it was, looks like, but
I'm
I
Googling
assume it
right
just looks like
now.
a normal robin.
just a bird.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's literally just a regular
robin.
robin.
I wonder what the Virginia state bird is.
And what do you?
Do you know what the California one is?
No. What prompted you to search this? You were just like
Um,
wondering.
Well, so I was thinking about the Wisconsin state animals. Yeah, a little wondering, but there was also like some weird tangent of bird watching I got on from like watching a recommended YouTube video.
Mhm.
Done nothing with it, will do nothing with it, but it was a good hour of looking up bird watching equipment. So,
Oh, just the equipment.
oh yeah, no, you always get that like
Binoculars.
weekly rabbit hole you fall down, you know.
Mhm.
The California state bird is a quail, and it's really cute. So I definitely recommend Googling California state bird.
And
The
you just, like,
Virginia state bird
you can
is a
find-
cardinal.
Ooh,
So that's cute.
I've seen a cardinal
California's
before.
bird.
I've never
Me
seen a
too.
wild quail though.
Oh, it's really cute.
It's really cute, right? Look at
It's
him.
kind of like pudgy, and it has like this little feather on its head that's just like boop. Wow. Can you see the art projects for kids picture of how to draw the California quail?
No. Oh,
I share
yes.
It's so cute.
I want to learn how to draw a quail.
Oh, why did you disable screen sharing? I want to share the picture of the quail.
Oh, I think it just disables it when we record.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's odd. I feel like there's utility in sharing screens when you're recording stuff.
Well, I didn't set up the thing right. So.
Artprojectsforkids.org has a picture of how to draw the California quail. Look it up.
Screenshot it, we'll put on the Instagram. Let the people know.
This is a quail.
Well, I think that takes us to our first segment, which is called What's Trending, where we discuss the latest Google search trends from this week. Emily, you researched these trends. Would you like to present them to the courtroom?
I would love to. So the first trend was that Bill Nye got married to journalist Liza Mundy. So very exciting. I feel intimately connected with Bill Nye. Intimately is probably not the right word. I feel personally connected to Bill Nye because he was a professor at Cornell, where I went to school, and then they got married at the Washington Cathedral here in DC. So like I could have gone if I had known.
They got to roll in the those old TVs and just show the wedding on those.
Do you think as he walked down the aisle, everyone was like, Bill?
Yeah.
Honestly, they should have been if they didn't.
Do you think they said like, do you Bill, or like, do you Bill Nye the Science Guy, like in the vows and stuff?
Do you think he only refers to himself as Bill Nye the Science Guy?
His legal name, yeah.
I would update it if I were him.
Do you think she becomes, what is it, Liza Nye the Science Guy?
I think so.
Does she take on the full name?
Where does the surname end? That's an important question. Cool. And then the second thing that was trending was that Kraft Macaroni and Cheese officially changed their name to just Kraft Mac and Cheese. It's a very interesting rebrand.
Why?
Not something I would have known if I like saw it in the store and like, that's different. You don't pay attention to the mac and cheese part.
It feels like they're trying to create one of those, what do you call them? The Berenstain Bears, where people are like, it's spelled Berenstain.
Mandela effect.
Yes, it feels like they're trying to create a Mandela effect on us by changing their branding.
I honestly question that a lot whenever there's like a Mandela effect. I was like, brands update their logos all the time. Like, are we sure we're not just missing that part?
Yeah, but like nobody's got the history just out in the open where it's like, oh, we updated our logo in 1983. That's why it looks different.
I guess not. Or there are actual parallel universes.
Yeah, or that.
Either or.
Truly, it's always only a matter of time until we get into conspiracy theories on this podcast. And we have to be very careful.
It's either conspiracy theory or a solid marketing plan. I don't know.
It's one or the other. Also, I have a personal connection to this in that I had macaroni and cheese balls for breakfast today. So
cheese balls?
Yeah, like it's like a mozzarella stick, but on the inside it's mac and cheese.
Did you make that or did you buy it?
It came from Trader Joe's. It's like a frozen food item.
So
and
not
that was
Kraft.
your breakfast.
Not Kraft. Yes.
I had bacon and eggs and tater tots for breakfast.
I skipped breakfast. That was bad today.
It's the most important meal of the day.
I didn't have mac and cheese balls. What was I supposed to do?
Eat anything else?
I'll have double breakfast tomorrow.
This was covered in elementary school, so
I must have missed that day.
Mrs. Callahan didn't cover it.
I guess not. Yeah, I forget we went to elementary school together. It's so weird.
We did. We went to preschool together.
And we had a falling out senior year of high school
because of the clarinet thing.
Yeah. This is our first.
We both decided
in like 8 years.
That's not true. We occasionally play virtual Scrabble together. So the story about the clarinets is senior year, we decided to both sign up for the entry-level band, and we were going to pick up a clarinet and pretend we knew how to play it. So Alex showed up prepared, having kind of learned the clarinet enough to play, and I did not. So the entire time I was just laughing because I couldn't make a noise. And then when I did make a noise, it was just like, hey!
You're really bringing down the band.
Well, it was for one day though, because she immediately left, and then I was left alone.
I
But it was
spent so
great.
long convincing him to do this with me, and then I quit after one day.
Yeah.
Wait, like you went to the class, like you had to go to the class once every day and learn the clarinet.
Yeah.
And
Band
you
was
just
every single
quit?
day. I just quit. I just decided to get early release, and I went home instead.
And there I was trapped. It was
Why
really
did
fun.
you quit?
I don't know. I just didn't. Yeah. I didn't get the memo. I was like, oh, she's dismissed again. That's weird. And then 2 months went by. But
And then you found out.
yeah.
Really
Do you
great,
still
Emily.
play the
Really
clarinet?
great.
I'm
No.
a really good friend. I'm sorry. Let me take this opportunity to apologize to you.
The
for
Kraft
quitting
mac
the
and cheese to
clarinet.
clarinet pipeline.
Yep. Very logical.
Wow. Well, that takes us now to our first listener question of the day. So our first listener question, the only listener question that we have for today, is subject line, how do allergies work? And then in the body they said, how do allergies work and why am I dying from them, RN? Question mark. From Alice, smiley face. Thank you for your question, Alice.
This is a very good question. So I never had allergies growing up when we were in New York, but once I moved, I got allergies.
Really big flex.
Did you have allergies growing up?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. Sometimes I
Really
felt
big
like
flex.
sometimes I felt like my eyes were itchy, but I don't know if I just made that up. Or
Looking for
sometimes like when my
attention.
stomach would hurt, I was just like, I have allergies.
It was a cool thing to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else had them. I mean, I'm not going to not say I have allergies.
Did you
Yeah.
have allergies, Alex?
No, I did not. No.
Look at
Did
us.
we all not have allergies growing up?
We did not.
Mm.
I have them now since I moved, though.
Oh, two?
Two? I have two allergies.
No,
Oh, like
but
TO2.
like, what are your
Yes.
allergies to?
Oh, I don't know. They happened in the spring and then they happen around like, is Labor Day the one in September? Yeah,
Mhm.
Labor Day. The first
Right.
year, though, I just thought I kept getting sick. And then they kept happening like cyclically. And I was like, oh.
I'm picking up on a vibe that I have allergies.
Well, because I didn't have them for so long. So I just thought I was like immune,
Mhm.
not realizing that allergies depend on where you are.
But they also can like develop over time, can't they?
Mhm. I
'Cause,
think
like,
so.
Can't you be like allergic to peanut butter when you're a child and then you're like, I'm not allergic anymore?
Or vice versa. That's one of my biggest fears is that I become allergic to peanut butter.
That would be like a very scary one to get where just like my throat is closing.
Right?
Like first time, what would I do? I don't know.
Die.
Yeah, probably.
Give up.
I don't know what's happening, so I'm just gonna lay down and close
Just
my
keep-
eyes.
Keep eating peanut butter. That surely can't be the problem.
I've had peanut butter before and I was fine.
I love that your fight or flight is just lay down and close your eyes.
That's it. It's time.
Neither fight nor flight.
I did that a lot. Like when I would have nightmares as a kid, my strategy was always like lay down and pretend you're dead and hope you like don't get eaten by the monster.
Interesting. I don't think
I
we're
haven't
really
died
answering the
yet,
question.
so
Okay, but we also have to try to figure out how allergies work.
okay. I think allergies work because things get in your body, like pollen or whatever's in the air and the plants and
Mhm.
stuff. And then your body is like, danger, danger, Will Robinson.
Histamine.
And then
Somebody
right.
Googled this
I
one.
No.
want that to be because like it's an antihistamine.
Right? Benadryl's an
Is
antihistamine.
the medication. But I don't know what a histamine is.
Okay, you
Is that
guys
like the
took
thing that's in your
Latin.
body?
Tell me what
We
it
didn't
is.
learn this one.
Stuff, history. I don't know.
But that doesn't really answer the question of why do some people get them and some people don't.
I think some people are just weaker than others.
I would agree. Yeah. If you have allergies, please stop listening right now.
Too weak.
Yeah. This is no allergy podcast.
Oh, the strong.
we're telling our one listener letter to stop listening.
Our one listener who has allergies. Like,
Yes. Ellis, we love you. I feel like there's some receptor in your body that's like, we don't like this.
I buy it. Yeah, sure.
and I think, yeah.
Is it your body just getting confused? Like it thinks this not bad thing is a bad thing?
Yeah.
That seems right. Yeah.
I think it's
believe
like, and
that.
then do like your white blood cells come out and like fight? Because I think it's like an illness.
But then why would it try to kill you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, like if you eat peanut butter and you're allergic and your throat's closing, maybe that's your throat being like, I don't want to accept any more of this.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Like your eyes are watering to like get it out. Okay.
It's
All
like,
right, I buy
hey,
that.
it's like,
Yeah.
dumb bitch, stop.
Yeah.
You're
Because like
no.
tears are meant to clean stuff out of your eyes, right?
Uh-huh.
So like that makes sense. And then like stuffiness. Why does
What
your
about
nose get
headaches, though?
stuffy?
Why would a headache be like a helpful thing? I don't know.
Maybe that's just
I
a
don't
side
know.
effect of yourself expending energy, trying to stop
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
it. It dehydrates you. That's always my answer when I have a headache. I'm like, I'm dehydrated.
Dehydrated. I haven't slept. I need caffeine.
Okay. So the final hypothesis that we have is thing
Your
comes
body
in
doesn't
body.
like them.
Body doesn't like it. Body reacts.
Yeah.
I like that. That's better than just your week grow up. So I'm proud of us. We really turned it around.
What
gross.
are allergies? Okay. Our source for today is the mayoclinic.com.
Oh, that's a good source.
Allergies occur when your immune system reacts to a foreign substance, such as pollen, bee venom, or pet dander, or food that doesn't cause a reaction in most people. Okay, so your body produces antibodies. When you have
Mhm.
allergies, your immune system makes antibodies that identify a particular allergen as harmful, even though it isn't. Okay. I want to know like why our reactions are the reactions that they are, though.
I feel like we kind of got part of it then. Go with us.
Yeah,
Who
we're
needs
pretty
that?
smart.
Do you normally like get them right or
If you
What's
listen,
your
I guess
link?
you would know.
if
if
Oh,
you
yeah, that's
listen
true. I
to
will
the
know in about
podcast.
8 hours? Yeah. I'll report back for sure.
we do get really close a lot of times, I would say.
Except for the potato chip episode. We were off by like 16 billion.
Oh no.
Yeah, but like that's okay because like we were halfway correct. In that our guess was either double or half. I can't remember.
I think ours was double.
Did you
Pretty
find the
close.
answer to the allergies?
It doesn't tell me like why your body responds the way it responds. It tells me to keep a diary though.
Well, there's your answer. Keep a
Why
diary. No more
are-
allergies.
Allergic reactions, what they are. Okay, we've got John Hopkins
Oh.
Medical.
I have Penn Medicine, and it says there's different responses based on different types of contact. So if like you get skin contact with like poison ivy, like it'll cause a rash. If you get an injection from a bee sting, it'll cause, I don't know, whatever a bee sting does. If you inhale something, it'll do something else.
It'll irritate your
Yeah.
trachea. Science. Well, I think we answered that question.
I think you did a pretty good job. It's like your body doesn't like it, so stay away from it.
It's fighting. I feel like it's just like a byproduct of how your body's fighting.
Yeah.
That sounds legit.
We unfortunately aren't scientists, so can't solve allergies other than stay away from those things.
Remove.
That seems,
A little extreme, but
a little unhelpful.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Ellis is like a world traveler.
That's true.
Well, thank you for writing in. You are not weak. We
You're
appreciate
strong.
you listening. You are strong. You're
Our
important.
podcast listeners are stronger than anyone else.
We value you. And now we are moving on to the next segment, which is the bread and butter, the question and answer. Jacob, would you like to go first?
Yes. So I didn't realize that this beforehand with the Bill Nye thing, but it also taps into like the Bill Nye wedding thing because it's also about weddings. So my question is, what happens when you object at a wedding? And I had this question because I think I've said this on the podcast several times now. I've been rewatching Ugly Betty, and Betty objects at the Bradford Mead Wilhelmina Slater wedding, and they just like paused the wedding for a little bit and just like started talking about it. And I was like, but what actually happens like legally? Like,
I don't know. So at one point,
is it like a
I'm
lawsuit?
technically, I don't know. I am technically a certified wedding planner. They did not cover this in the course though.
It feels like something they should cover
Right.
of like emergency
Right.
planning.
I think it's also interesting because I feel like more often than not, like the ceremony that you go to, like, isn't the legal part. Like, there's a separate part where you sign the paperwork, and like that's what legally makes you married.
Do you
So I
usually
feel
do
like
that
if
before or after the ceremony?
I always had people do it before because then they would forget about it and then they're not actually married and they're like, oh shoot. Because you have to have the officiant sign it. So like we would do it before the actual ceremony, before you're like, oh, I'm married. And then you're like taking pictures and taking shots and like all of that. And you're trying to like track these people down to be like, we need your signature on this. So I feel like it's more of just like a demonstration of an objection than any legally charged.
Probably super awkward.
Probably.
I don't know what does happen, but I feel like what should happen is like you name your challenge, and if they lose, the wedding's off. Like that's it. That'd make it
Like
a lot
a
more
duel.
exciting. Yeah.
That would be really exciting.
I'd be waiting for the objection at that point. I'm like, man, I really hope somebody does object this time. Like that'd make it a lot more interesting. But
Probably.
I don't know.
Would you ever object at a wedding?
I mean, if there was like a challenge and I could like fight, maybe not fight someone, but maybe it'd
but
make
make
a
them
lot.
not get married.
Well, I mean, if they win, they still get married. So like I'd throw it at the end, but like just to spice up the wedding ceremony a little bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think objections typically come from people who are invited, or do you think it's like they come to crash the wedding? Because I feel like if I had any inkling of someone objecting to my wedding, I just wouldn't put them on the guest list.
That's true. It's probably that you're not invited. But also, like, what if you were just like a serial objector, like where you just went to random weddings and you're like, I object, just to cause some drama.
And then you challenge them to a duel.
This could be how we find out what happens next. We just go to a random wedding and object. Bad idea? Maybe.
Yeah, destination podcast. You guys could show up. Prove your question. Yeah.
With our podcasting mics. I object.
Who are these people?
Why are you recording? Wait. Pause. We ran out of Zoom time.
The church is like, please stop coming here. So we don't think it has any legal bearing because there's obviously like the separate ceremony.
Yeah, I think it's just like a disruption socially and just little bit awkward.
When they do like the legal version, do they ask if anyone objects to the marriage, or how does that work?
I don't think so. I think it's just the couple signs it, the officiant signs it, and you need 2 witnesses, which is normally like the best man and the maid of honor.
Oh, they also have to come to the legal one?
They watch it. It's like a witness of the contract, if you will.
Wait, so you can't just get a courthouse wedding yourself?
I think they find someone.
Oh. It's not like just like
they'll
the
just
DMV where it's like, hey, can you come look at this?
I think sometimes it might be of like they're just like, oh, we're at the courthouse, like, hey, Becky Sue from accounting.
Becky Sue.
I don't know why that was my default name, but Becky Sue. If you're listening, you can come to my wedding.
Okay. What happens when you object at a wedding? So our guess is at the ceremony it just stops and it's awkward, and at the legal one, like who's there at the legal one? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, like if I said I'm done with this podcast right now, that'd be pretty awkward. I feel like that's the same parallel.
So awkward. So today's source is cosmopolitan.com, which is telling me J-Lo is unrecognizable with strawberry blonde hair, and Khloe Kardashian claims she's dating a new person. Those are the 2 headlines that they have. But the thing we're going to be looking at is, so this is what happens after you object at a wedding. The sub tagline is so awkward.
So we were right. It's awkward.
2 for 2.
Oh, okay. So they just asked Reddit users who have shared their experiences of these awkward moments. Oh, it seems like most people are just escorted out.
So it is just like a disturbance to the pomp and circumstance. Would you be mad if someone objected at your wedding?
A little bit.
I feel like I'd laugh.
I'd be like, why do you care?
You're right. Like, what are you gonna do about it?
It seems I've been like scanning through like the Reddit comments, and it seems like it's very awkward, but usually it's like someone who's drunk or just like tipsy and like not doing, the proper wedding experience. And then usually someone either carries them out or tells them to fuck off. And then everyone laughs and applauds as they're escorted out of the building. So I don't think it's a good idea to object at a wedding because you'll be carried out and then you won't get to have any cake or champagne.
True. I saw, this is brides.com.
Oh.
They said there will be an intervention or support from others in attendance to remove the disturbance. Unless the emotional objection were to deter the bride or groom from continuing the union, the officiant would simply acknowledge the objection, realize that it carries no legal substance, and proceed with the wedding.
I would be upset, honestly. I think I'd be more upset if I was officiating a wedding and someone objected because I'd be like, this is kind of my moment. I know it's like about the bride and the groom, but like, it's about me.
We could have done this with our previous guest, Ray. He officiates weddings.
Oh.
We'll have to follow up, ask him.
What if you object to your own wedding?
Then you just don't get married.
Yeah.
Probably much more awkward.
Do we want to call Ray and see, as a professional officiant, how he would handle an objection to a wedding?
Yeah, if he could pick up.
Let's see.
Oh, we have a live caller.
Hello?
Hello.
You're on outside the search bar right now as a resident expert being an officiant. We are wondering what happens when you object at a wedding.
Oh, happens when you object at a wedding. I would say that there would need to be a sidebar with the couple first. I'm sure that one side of the couple would need to, atone for whatever has taken place. See if they have any. If it's something that's like, yes, this person has, loved me for their whole life, and they needed to take this one last shot. They don't have a chance. Let me go talk to them. Then I'm sure that could be worked out pretty easily. I mean, I'm sure, it's a story for everybody in the church or the wedding event. That's a story for them for the rest of their lives. But if it were something that like you could see that one side had maybe had feelings for that person as well, then man, that's a really big,
might stop the wedding.
That's a really big adjustment to make. And I think that you just have to say, well, I don't think that you can get married today. That's part of the reason, there's the question where you say, are there any legal concerns present today that would keep you from being married? I should probably add to my officiating, are there any emotional holdups?
Wow.
Interesting. So, like, would you as the officiant say we can't move forward? Or do you like leave it up to the couple?
I would try and advise at taking a step back. If one side looked like they had feelings for this person who objected, and the other soon-to-be spouse was taken aback by it, I'd say, hey, I understand what's taken place, and you've probably put out a lot of money for this. But I think that there's probably far more here than can be managed in a 15-minute intermission.
Intermission.
That's fair.
I've never thought about that actually taking place.
Something to consider.
No one works it into the
Do you think it would be somebody that would
preparation.
jump up from the wedding party, like from the crowd, or somebody that like barges in?
That's what we were trying to figure out too, of like, because then you had invited this person, and I feel like you would have an inkling if someone was going to object.
Man, they've been planning that. They've had the STD, sorry, the save the date for and they planned out this speech, and all they went with is, I object.
That's true.
I'm going to give them the floor. I mean,
please elaborate.
Would you give them the microphone? Ask them if you would give them the microphone.
Would you give them the microphone?
No. If they wanted to,
if you got something to say, you better project.
Yeah. I would let them get out like a sentence or two, and then I'd say, come up here, and then they could have like a one on two discussion with
their stand-up comedy set.
Interesting. Well,
think
thank
we've
you
answered the
for your
question.
perspective.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
gives us a good answer.
Thank you for the call.
Of course. Goodbye.
Have a good day.
Well, I feel like my question has been sufficiently answered.
I
yeah.
agree. Amazing. So next we have my question.
Next.
Next
Okay.
up, why did evolution give us so many types of birds? I feel like this is relevant, having now gone over the state birds of our respective
yes.
areas.
I think so.
We're like really good at this podcasting thing.
In my head, I thought of this because I was walking my dog and I saw a robin and a cardinal and a blue jay and a hawk. And I'm like, that's a lot of birds for one area. Why? This is where you
Cool.
come up with an answer for me.
Okay.
Let's dive into conspiracy theories. I think it's that time where
Birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
No, I think bird watchers are just very bored. They've seen all the birds. They're just making up new birds. I think they're behind it.
Oh, really?
Thoughts?
Okay, but there are, like, if you look at a cardinal and a robin, those are very clearly different birds. That's not just like a bird watcher saying, oh no, those are different. Like one is red and one is not red.
How deep does it go? I don't know. Are they
I don't
making?
know.
They're manufacturing birds. I think is what's happening.
I think.
I think that's not what's happening. There's too many birds. There's just too many birds. I think is what I'm getting at.
Yes,
Too many.
But weren't birds like pretty early in like the evolutionary thing? Where it's
I
like
think
it was
that's
like
true.
reptiles walked out of water and then they became birds. In my head, in my opinion, that's how it worked. Is that true? I don't know. But because they started earlier, like they started probably like 8 billion years ago, and then humans only started like, I don't know, like 6 billion years ago. That didn't make any sense. That's not right.
I don't
We're
know.
types of birds. Humans are types of birds.
Sometimes I
it.
think that. Maybe.
Yeah, where does it trace back to?
I think birds started earlier, and that's why there's more of them. And that's why there's also like lots of fish and like lots of reptiles, is because they started earlier in the evolutionary chain.
See, in my head, I always thought of evolution was like you needed to have some biological difference to help you survive. So, like, what is the significant difference between a cardinal and a blue jay? That evolution was like, we need two different versions of this.
Well, I think birds are able to fly, which means that they're
You
able.
think?
I think so. Yeah, I think that is right. We'll have to Google that one at the end. But
Listen, penguins can't fly.
oh no.
That means that they can travel lots of different places, which means there may not have been any specific reason that a robin and a cardinal are different, but just because of where they grew up, they had a little bit of differences.
Different favorite color too.
They had a different favorite color.
Interesting.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Like
I
feel
do think birds
we're
were
all
like early
Darwin.
on in the evolution. Like that sounds right. I think I have a book from Darwin. Should I just open up to a random page and see what he says?
Sure.
yeah, that makes sense to me. Go to the index and search B for bird.
There are just too many birds though. I can't wrap my head around it. Evolution's weird too, because it's like I think of like what I'm doing next week, and there can't be that many new things between now and 7 days. So it's like, surely there can't be 50 different birds in 100 years, but it's like billions of years. My head hurts thinking about it.
Why do you have a Darwin book?
Why don't you have a Darwin book?
That's a fair question.
Okay.
Is it?
Is there an index at the end?
Indexes are usually at the end.
Yeah. Oh, there is an index. Perfect.
Who would have
Birds.
thought that a scientific journal would have an index?
I got these in Ithaca. They have this like Friends of the Library book sale.
Mhm.
And on the last day, you get a plastic bag. And for $1, you get to buy as many books as you can fit in the bag. So I found this collection of like different philosophers and I shoved them all in the bag and it was $1.
Love that.
It's a
Right.
great deal.
Okay, we have Bermuda, birds of, and then we have birds, song of males, color of on continents, wingless, beauty of, acquiring fear, footsteps and remains of,
Acquiring
in
fear.
secondary ranks, fossil
Do birds
in
not
caves
have
of
fear?
Brazil, transporting seeds, annually cross the Atlantic, waders, Birds of Madeira, Bermuda, and the Galapagos.
I feel like the colors one. It's easily
Color
understandable. I can't understand.
Page
Seeds.
65.
I was hoping for like bird, comma evolution, but we'll take what we can
That
get.
didn't.
We'll take
I mean,
what we
this
can
is
get.
from
Yeah.
Of Origin of Species. Oh, there's a lot of words on this page.
Yeah, just read a couple of them.
Bird.
The bird is the word.
I have hitherto sometimes spoken as if the variations, so common and multiform with organic beings under domestication and in a lesser degree with those under nature, were due to chance. Well, that's it. It was just a fluke.
All right, birds got lucky. Cool. Good work.
Thank you, Darwin.
I feel like my answer was better though.
I mean, probably.
You're a modern Darwin now. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Amazing.
feedback. Did you want to Google it, Emily?
Okay, let's. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if Darwin.
Why?
I don't know if Darwin, the expert on evolution, sufficiently answered that question.
Okay. This is from ScienceDirect.com. Birds evolved from theropod dinosaurs during the Jurassic period, around 165 to 150 million years ago. So 8 billion was a little off, but a long time ago.
Close though.
They diversified through the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods, but were decimated at the end Cretaceous extinction alongside their close dinosaurian relatives.
Oh.
After the mass extinction, modern birds explosively diversified, culminating in more than 10,000 species distributed worldwide today.
I would have guessed that there was more than 10,000. Because like I can think of so many right now, like goose, penguin. And
That's pretty much all of them, yeah.
Goose and penguin, baby.
That's all the birds.
Do you think
So-
a goose is a swan?
No.
Is
They
it?
both have long necks.
So this explosion of diversification happened 66 million years ago. So it sounds like most of the dinosaurs were destroyed and then the birds were like, I'm taking over. Just like that.
No, I think they got extincted.
I heard decimated in there, yeah.
Like they were like, it said mass extinction, which means no more.
Yeah, but where did they come from then?
Well, I think it just started over.
So there were a lot of birds. They all died, and then there are now
More
a lot of birds.
exploded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think because like
Oh,
wasn't there like an ice age and so it killed everything that was on land and only like the water creatures survived and then the water creatures came back onto land and then started that shit over.
Ooh.
I don't know. It does say that birds evolved from reptiles. This idea first was published in 1861, only a few years after Darwin published An Origin of Species. Interesting.
I feel like we don't have any like bird reptiles though, you know? Like it feels like there should be some like in the middle dinosaur looking creatures.
Is there a Pokemon that's like a bird
I
reptile?
was just thinking that. Yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon too.
I believe that one is called Archon.
I've never heard of that. What
The fossil guy. Yeah.
season is that
Yeah.
from?
5?
Maybe.
What game
Fifth
is
gen?
that? Is that after Diamond and Pearl? Because that's when I stopped playing.
Yes. Right after
Hmm.
it. So you just missed it. You missed the bird.
Rats.
Hmm.
If only I
Damn.
would have stuck around.
It would have helped you for your podcast.
Interesting.
Do you feel like we've sufficiently answered your question of why there's
Yeah, it was
some
all by
kinds of birds?
chance.
It's all by chance.
It's a fluke.
A meteor hit the earth, and now there's lots of birds.
birds. Crazy how that happened.
You heard it here first.
Amazing. Yeah, I feel like that sufficiently answered my question.
Fabulous.
Alex, did you bring a
Yes.
question for the group to
I-
answer?
I did bring a question. It's a bit of a murder mystery. So I have two
Bum,
cats.
bum, bum.
Yeah, I have two cats. The youngest one is a little over a year now, and she loves like carrying around toys. And I have one of the murder victims right here, a little alpaca toy.
Oh, it's really cute.
It doesn't
super
really
cute,
look
yeah.
murdered. It looks kind of okay.
Well, okay, so she loves to pick them up, carry them around in her mouth, and she'll like make chirping noises, like bring them up, like weirdly plays fetch. Very cute. And then, I'll wake up the next day and in the water dish is just the toy completely submerged, drowned. One of them is in the sink right now, drying off because there's two that like routinely are drowned. It's only these two. There's tons of other toys, so many, just these two that she really hates and tries to kill them. Why? Health? Am I next? Like, I'm a little worried. Why does my cat want to kill these two specific toys?
Wait, so the first one's an alpaca, and what's the second one?
The second one is like a fish bone. I just got it yesterday, and sure enough, like a couple hours ago, it was submerged in there, and so it's drying off right now.
I feel like she knows that fish go in water, so she's just trying to correct this.
Okay.
That seems pretty obvious.
She understands evolution.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Alpacas don't go in water.
No, and I feel like alpaca wool would shrink or something.
I don't think I've ever actually seen an alpaca in real life, so I don't know.
We had an alpaca farm around the corner of our house.
Oh.
In New York.
They made gloves.
They did make gloves.
Out of the alpaca fluff.
I want to see an alpaca now. That's on my list.
Field trip!
Oh, yeah.
I think evolution has bred cats to be stone cold killers.
Oh, no.
That's
so
true, because
evolutionary trait coming through.
Don't they say that if you died and no one came to find you, your cat would eat you?
Oh, cool.
I feel like I've heard
now
that.
I have a plan if I die of peanut butter allergies. So
your cat will just clean it up.
Yeah. Cool. Good to know.
Does your other cat do anything?
That's
evil?
the thing. It's just the one new cat, and it's been pretty consistent for a couple months now with this one toy. I don't know what it is, and it's no other toys, just this one. I don't know if she's trying to take care of them or just really doesn't like that toy, but it's the one she plays with the most too. So
have
maybe
you
that
ever
has
seen her
to do
put
with
it into the thing?
Never. So that's the thing.
Okay,
Maybe
dark.
it is the other cat. Maybe the other cat's just super jealous. This is your favorite toy. Not anymore. I'll have to set up a camera. Yeah.
What do your cats look like? Do they look demonic in any way?
They're both sleeping. Otherwise, I'd drag them on. But they look like cats. Nothing really wrong with them. They look friendly for a cat.
Color cat is it? It's orange.
No, they're both a tannish blackish mix. Yeah. So they look pretty similar. Maybe one's just jealous though. I don't know. I don't know if there's psychotic, sadistic tendencies for certain breeds of cats. Maybe. I feel like if she were truly evil, she would be doing this with more than just the one. Is there any possibility that the alpaca is possessed? She's I'm a little worried now you said that because I didn't think about that, but now I'm going to be
back
scared
into
of this
conspiracy
thing. Yeah. I think it's ghosts. I have a ghost cat in my house. Probably.
You consider the supernatural.
Emily, what you just got a cat into your life as well. How's your cat?
Yeah, we just got a kitten.
Ooh.
She's doing pretty good. She's gotten along with Stubbs, who's my dog, really well. They cuddle now, which is great. She has not killed anything yet. She does attack our feet a lot, but that seems like pretty normal kitten behavior. I don't think she abnormally hates anything.
You also try getting an alpaca toy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. A science experiment.
That's the test.
It has been interesting though, because Stubbs has taken up eating her cat food and she eats his dog food.
Oh, so cool.
I think they're combining species.
We're evolving.
Yes.
This is evolution.
Yeah, the only thing that I can think of is natural cat tendencies.
Okay.
I would say set up a camera, determine which cat it is.
I think that'll
jealousy
change
is a very strong emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Step 2, I'll get an alpaca toy and see if this kitten drowns the alpaca toy.
We'll get Bill in. Bill will conduct the experiment. It'll be great. We'll figure it out, get to the bottom of it. I like it.
Yes.
Bell.
Yeah.
Bell. And then we will report back once we find out what's wrong with your cat or the alpaca toy or nothing.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's good.
Did you want to
follow
Google
the scientific method?
Cat murders. Why?
My scientific method is just Google it.
Why is my cat drowning her toy? Oh, it's popping up as other people have searched this.
Search trends. Ooh.
Okay. This is from nextlevelplumbingllc.com.
Cool.
What?
Okay, well, there is no hard scientific evidence to back this up, which we will come to with our scientific method.
Mhm.
Feline behaviorists suggest that this drowning of toys is actually your kitty's way of hiding or securing their prey in a safe place they consider their own. Some behaviorists also believe they could be trying to drown their prey.
Oh no. So it could be normal. It could be murder intent. Cool.
Yes. Would the cat ever take the toy out, or is it you who has to take it out?
I think it's always me. Maybe it's been next to the bowl, like drenched once or twice, but I think most of the time it's just in there to die.
So they don't come back to it.
No. They're done. They've killed it.
They're like, why
Will
won't
she
you
ever
die?
put it in different water? Like, does she put it in the toilet or like the sink or something?
Just that one. Yeah, there's 2 bowls there. It's always the same bowl too. So
Ooh.
And that's her bowl.
they share them. So the mystery
Oh.
deepens. Yeah.
Interesting.
She's trying to prove her value to you.
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah. Like, look, I killed
Yeah.
this specific toy that I really do not like.
Specifically for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, cats. Just what I wanted.
You should take your
sopping wet
cat
toy.
to see a real alpaca and see what she does.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a therapist for a second there, but I like your idea
Also
more.
maybe
Yeah.
a therapist.
An alpaca therapist.
Oh,
Double up. Why not?
I like it. All right.
According-
Trip, yeah.
Yeah, according to Chewy.com, they answered, yes, this is normal. There are a couple possible reasons why cats drown their toys, and most of them come down to because they're just being cats. So I don't think you have to be concerned over your life,
Okay. Cool.
but I do think we should still follow up.
I do see something here on the same website that says you should switch to toys that are less like prey based, that look less like the prey they would hunt for. So maybe cats did hunt alpacas, I think is what we figured out.
Yeah.
Do
Think,
yeah,
we got it.
cats hunt alpacas?
I'm
I
gonna go
feel
with
like
no.
a tiger could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
big
large
cats, that's
wild
true.
cats will prey on an alpaca.
So we were right. Okay. Cool.
Maybe
Go us.
you have a tiger instead of a cat. Did you ever consider
Very-
that? She
Very
haven't
small
grown yet?
tiger then.
Very,
But
very
maybe.
possible.
Yeah. I think so.
Do you feel like we
Evolution.
sufficiently answered your question?
I feel like, yeah, I'm going to set up some cameras. We're going to get to the bottom of it. I think my cats are just very alpaca
Cat-like.
focused. Oh, yeah. Cat-like. Yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, I think that about does it then. That takes us to the saddest part of the show, though. The end. Wah, wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah, wah. Imagine if we had an actual sound bar, though.
We need a soundbar. So that was our 9th episode. I think we did a good job. If you guys enjoy that, be sure to find us on social at Search Bar Podcast. And my handle is I got Shubach, IGOTSCHUPBACH across all platforms.
And if you have a listener question that you would like us to try to answer, you can email us at searchbarpodcast@gmail.com. Before we go, Alex, is there anything else you'd like us to know about you?
Nothing crazy. No, I don't have anything to plug. Unfortunately, I'm pretty
No
much
plug.
removed from all social media. Not by choice, just because I'm too lazy to like make accounts. So
That's fair.
Makes
Sounds
it
like a
easy.
choice. Cool. And if you have a review, please give us 5 stars on whatever platform you are listening to. Until next time, happy searching.
Bye.
And bye.
Outside the Search Bar is a Perfectly Done Toast podcast production.